Right then, I've got two rods out. I've got one float ledger and one ledger with the bite back alarms, as you can see. I've been getting a few beeps off one of them, off the ledger rod, but I think, you know, the crayfish have made their way into the area, so I'm not sure if there's a crayfish on it. It's just gone again, but it could be the wind. Probably the wind. Can't be too careful though. I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah, there's no one on it. It's probably the wind. I'll reset it downwind a bit. I think it's probably a wind bite. And the trouble in the canal is if a boat comes as well. Can't see any coming at the moment. Either way. So if they open one of the gates, it might set the trigger their alarm. I've altered the sensitivity on it as well. I'm not 100% confident with these. Don't use them that much. Just set up and, to be honest, couldn't be bothered changing it. Got one in the margin, as you can see. I can tell you, it's absolutely freezing. I'm going to stick it out. I've got probably 4 hours. I've been struggling on this stretch for the last few years now. It's not been as good. Don't know what's happened. It could be the otters. They could have just moved. Sometimes they just move up and down. Go up and down and through the gates into another stretch. We have caught ones from the bottom in this stretch and further up. So they just go where the food is. There's no food in here, they'll probably move. And we'll see if we can get one. It's just nice to know if there's some here. Tom had one. It was a small one. We've had them on spinners and stuff, so the small one's here. Right, let's see what happens. It's going to be a cold one. We just had about 5-6 beeps on the right hand rod. And there was no wind, so I'm not sure what it is. I think it's probably crayfish. Unless there's a pike swimming around the bait. It's still frozen probably, the bait, so it might not take it yet. They're not weird, the weird bites. I think they're probably crayfish. And I was getting a bit of a problem in this canal. They seem to have disappeared from the river. I'll have to tell when I bring the smelt in if that's been eaten by crayfish. It's probably going to be not really worth fishing on here with dead baits. And it's cold, they're not as active when it's cold crayfish. And they're definitely in here because we've had them on before. And we've had perch, and where perch have spat them out, the small ones when they've been eating them. So in a couple of years there might be some massive perch in here. Well, let's see, it's not beeping now. There were definitely no gusts of wind. But you do get pike, they swim around for ages sometimes looking at the bait. And you know, they're not really hungry. But it may take it, if it is one. There you go, a nice coffee. Bit of a lifesaver in weather like this. I think it's about -2. Had snow melt in the canal. Loads of snow, rain, ice rain, everything, floods. So I think I've got probably 99% chance of failure. But like we've said before, you don't catch that at home. I'm going to give it a go. I've got a chance. The thing is, because the weather's been so bad, the pike might be a bit hungry now, so that's what I'm betting on. At least I haven't got the full day to sit here not thinking. If there's pike in the area, they're going to be here all the time. But I don't think they'll be moving much. Now let's see. Been here about 3 hours now and not seen anything, not had a sniff, not even had any more bites on the rod. And I can tell, you probably can't tell by the thing, but the wind is so strong and cold. It's the first time this winter I've been really cold when I've been fishing, and I don't know if I'm going to make it till the end. It's a shame because it'll be probably the last hour when I catch, but I'll see how it goes. I'm going to walk about a bit now, try to get a bit warmer. I can't even be bothered moving pegs. I think I'm just going to stick it out in this peg. I don't even want to recast, it's so cold. Probably about -3. And there's still people walking, but at least they can go home. It's not looking good. You know, probably going to rack a plank up here. Well, as you can see, folks, come on the lake now. The weather's took a turn for the worse. Not sure how much longer I can stop here. Probably going to get stuck. It's calming down a bit now. It's not settling that much. I had no joy on the canal. I just don't think I will go to get out, so I've just come on the lake. Just go fish one in the margin. The water's up a bit, so sometimes it's quite good in the margins when the water's up, because the pike will come a bit closer in. But I'm not convinced there's any up here, because I know the shoals are roach where they are, but there might be an odd one going past. And I've got one under the tree. It's not that deep there. Got the ledger one there. If it gets any worse than snow, I'll probably have to go. It looks worse out there than it does here near the car as well, so I can make a fast exit. It's just an endurance test now, see if I can catch one. I'm not sure it was such a good idea coming. There's always a chance. Amazingly, come off. Must have been a micro. I'll get it back out. I don't think it felt the hooks. It's all jammed in the weed now. It'll probably come off. Amazingly, it's just picked it up. Must have been small fish. Didn't feel it on it, so it hasn't felt the hooks. Let's see if it'll come back. A good bite. May come back. I had it quite a while, so it's right. It's took it again. I'm going to leave it a bit longer this time. I think it's only a micro. Don't feel like a bad fish. It'd probably scrape. It's fighting quite well, so I think it's quite a big fish. Probably that one we catch all the time. I hope it ain't. No, it's definitely not. It's not that big, to be honest. It's a welcome fish. I've been on the lake 5 minutes and I've got a fish. Been on the canal 4 hours, nothing. I'll just put it there and get my mat and tools ready. It's only a few pounds, but it's a fish, and the conditions, quite happy with it. Might be about £5 something. It's quite heavy, it's quite thick. I can see the hooks. I'll just keep the net up. I'll go mental in a minute. It's only just in the other hook. Got a bit of a dodgy mouthfish one. Don't want to open it up. There, it's out. Nothing else in it. I'll just get these hooks out. Good thing about the other being on the alarm, I don't have to watch it. It took the smelt. I probably won't get a good picture of this because I've only got this one camera with me today. But it's a nice fish. Better than nothing. Just had a beep on the other as well. I better get this back. Just shows. Literally in 5 minutes got that first run. And then this other one, it's probably the same fish. You didn't feel the hooks. If you don't feel the hooks, come straight back. I think this fish has just escaped. There it goes. Probably about 5, maybe 6 pounds. I think that was me. Right, I'm pushing my luck a bit here, folks, but I think I'm going to have another half an hour or so. I've caught now, so I can go home. I'm not moving, but it's one of them lakes. If you can get a few out of the same peg. I'll recognise that one again because that had a bit of a scrape as well, but it wasn't the bigger one. And I probably don't think I've caught that one because I haven't fished here that much. I'll get the smelt back on, dangle it down. It took the smelt, so there's a free offering on the bottom. I think it chucked it as I were bringing it in. It felt a bit bigger. It was quite chunky, maybe 5-6 pounds. But after probably 4 hours on the canal, not a bite. Got that run here, and it's probably the same fish. And it didn't feel the hooks. I know when they don't feel the hooks, you've got a good chance of recatching them. Because the pike think it's just a fish what's escaped. I've got the roach under the tree now. What I might do is I might put smelt on that. It's a bit worn out, that. I think I'm going to do that. I might get another one under there. It'll just give me that bit of a boost. So I think I'll bring the roach in. It's a bit knackered, the roach, and I'll put a thing on. I'm pushing my luck in this peg here. There's probably only one in that one, but there might be one further down in the tree or something. Can't fish too far out with the float because it's too windy. Right, I'm just going to edge my bets a bit, and I've moved down the next peg. A bit like leapfrogging on the canal. I think it's a bit deeper here, so let's put a bit. I'm going to fish in the edge. I think because the water's up, the pike will come quite close in. I'll just pop on there near that reed. And it's just, and I think what I'll do with the ledger one, I think I'll just cast it. It's a bit close into ledger fish in the edge here. Well, I might just cast it up to them reeds. Some reeds out there. It's a bit, I don't know if there's any snags there though. Be careful. You never know. I can always move the float about in the side, in the margins. I'll get this one. Not a right good cast with all the trees above. In fact, it's a bit dodgy. I think I'm just going to have to fish in the edge. I'll fish in the edge with the ledger and all. It's a bit close in, but with the ledger, but it'll work. If I get a fish on, I'll know. Well, it's getting dark now, and I don't think I'm going to catch another fish. I'm going to fish for another 5 minutes. There's always a chance in the last 5 minutes, but it's been an interesting day. The weather's been atrocious. I've been on the canal probably 4 or 5 hours, nothing. Came onto the lake within a couple of minutes, got a run, missed the run, but the fish didn't feel the hook, so I knew it probably was still there. So I recast out. Within a couple of minutes it took it again, and I caught, it wasn't a massive fish, 4 or 5 pound, small robin on his rod now. And but it just shows, you know, even in the harshest conditions you can catch fish. To be honest, I thought I wasn't going to catch any, but I do this all the time. I think I'm not going to catch one, and you get one out. I should know by now, I've been doing it quite a while. So I think that's a little mini one.